Hello.
Hello.
Okay, so
Hi there.
we are today going to be talking about our experience on what you guys have seen as the third episode of the new show, Remarkable Spirit, The Crossings. But first, we'll introduce ourselves. So, my name is Gabrielle Gardner. You've seen me on a couple of the Remarkable Spirit shows, but we just created this new channel. There's also another channel going on that's the Gabrielle the Medium channel. So there's quite a few things happening, but I am a psychic medium. I connect to spirit, I connect to souls in the non-physical. And for the past few years, I have also been channeling guides and angels. And just now, I've been sharing the fact that for my whole life, I have also seen thankfully infrequently, but I have seen demonic entities, which is actually what is kind of at the core of this third episode, the first one on the new channel. So I don't talk about that, not the other side of my spirit work, but this is the paranormal side. And so I know that there are people here who are interested in that stuff. So we will be chatting about some of that. But so yeah, my name is Gabrielle, and then I am here with Suzanne Gardner, who is my mom, and I'll let her introduce herself. But she has had to live with me as a psychic medium and has done a wonderful job raising me. She was deeply, deeply supportive and just did an amazing job at helping me through the wild journey of connecting to spirit and all that. And then she is also very spiritually sensitive and tuned in. She's more on the intuitive side, but she also is a deep feeler. So when we are in locations, a lot of times I've seen that she feels the emotions and energy of some of the people that I see in spirit. So yeah. You want to introduce yourself, Mom?
The reason I was laughing is because your audio cut out when you said the word demonic.
Oh, nice. Yeah. That's probably
You
my
probably
guide.
didn't hear that, but I heard it on this side.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. So I'm Suzanne Gardner, and as she said, I'm mom, and also work on production on the shows, and have for ages um, worked with Gab and her sensitivities as we traveled, as we were just here at home, from when she was a tiny little one and super connected from then forward. So, yeah, it's been a crazy journey. And, but the really cool thing is how much we're able to help people, how much we're able to help, spirits, souls that have passed, and also those that are here that need to have help, that are, worried about things happening in their home and in their business and everything. So, this is a rewarding experience, a rewarding time, and not exactly what I thought I would be doing when I was retired, but here we are.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, this is definitely not something either of us thought we would be doing, I think, with our lives. I think both of
No,
us, though, we've always had this underlying thing that we knew we needed to help people and support people. And in the background, which we won't,
oh, sure.
yeah, we won't go into specifics, but you ran a beautiful and wonderful nonprofit that supported a huge underserved community for over a decade. And so I think that this was kind of a natural transition for you to just helping people in a different way and people in different forms, as in people in the afterlife or in spirit. So yeah,
Right.
I don't think it was actually as big of a leap as it seems because you already were in a very much, a serving role, serving the community role, and now we're just doing it here. But
Mhm.
yeah, so I think that
Yeah.
people are gonna want to hear more kind of about what we experienced. That's what I've heard from just our kind of inner circles of friends and family and people who we actually,
Mhm.
don't share a lot of the work that we do.
No,
We
no.
keep it, we don't hide it, but we keep it pretty separate and private, and we choose not to, announce it publicly. But now we've kind of stepped far enough into the public space that it's unavoidable, as in we're doing social media and YouTube and all that. So, but yeah,
Right.
I think that we are now at a place where we can talk about what we've experienced, and I think it's something that I feel like we're supposed to be sharing because I know a lot of other people are experiencing this stuff as well. And so I think that there's going to
Right.
be part of this space where we're sharing what we have behind the scenes, kind of as a family too, as this mom-daughter thing we have going, is that there's a lot of families out here with kids who are psychic and are having spiritual experiences and parents supporting. I think that we'll get into that space. But today I want to talk about this episode 3, the first episode on the new channel. And it was a wild
Right.
experience. It is kind of out of the path of the rest of the season, I will say, because we are very much dedicated to doing the spirit work of the crossings. And I believe this was the only one where we did not do a crossing ceremony. Um,
Right.
I,
Yeah. No, I think this is the only one.
yeah, I don't think there's
Crossing or crossing and honoring. Yeah.
right. And that's because it was focused on demonic attachments that a woman was experiencing. So just I'll say at the beginning, we only had known about this case for like maybe a week before we actually went out to her apartment,
Yeah.
her home, and we learned about it through like a friend of a friend. We're starting to kind of build this network community here, but yeah, she was just a woman that somebody else we knew was saying that she was having these really negative spiritual experiences. Um, and we connected with her, and within a week, we were heading out to her home. Um,
Right.
and
And it
I,
actually accelerated because we weren't necessarily thinking we were heading out there when we were, but it got worse after she talked to us. And so then it
right.
was all of a sudden, how soon can we get there?
Yeah, and I think that also we actually I remember we took this phone call in our backyard. Do you remember?
Hmm.
Because so a lot of times
I do.
you and I will do these calls together ahead of times when we're first meeting the people that we're going to be connecting with, and we both had this feeling that there was something going on to the point where we actually didn't want to make a connection in our home. And so we went out in the
Yes, that's right.
backyard and like I made a salt circle around where we were sitting at like the patio table and
Hmm.
did a prayer and a blessing and we had a Bible on the table. And so I think
Yep.
it was at that point before we even heard her on the phone that we were like, there's something going on here because that's also something we've never
Mhm.
done for a phone call. Um,
No, no,
so that was my
no, but it was
first
a connection we didn't want to make.
right, exactly. That I think that was our first thought that okay, there's something here, a real dark sort of presence that we're feeling we need to do that. And I think both of us, when we do that kind of stuff, that's our guides. And I think we both have a deep connection to guides
Absolutely.
who tell us when
Absolutely.
and we've gotten better and better at listening to that because they're really great at telling us what we need to do. Um, but yeah, I remember on that phone call as well, because part of my spirit thing is I can make some connections through phone calls. Um, when we had that call, I felt absolutely nothing, like nothing spiritually. And that is one of my most clear signs now of when there's a demonic presence, because it means that my guides, and I think in this case also angels, fully block it. Like they just say, nope, you're not going to feel that. You're not going to see it. You're
Yeah.
not going to tune in. And I think we both felt that it was like there was a wall there. So on that first call, we had to take it outside. We had a Bible on the table, and we felt nothing on the call, which is rare. So I think that's why we rushed.
Right, but that was really suspicious too. That's why we
Yeah.
were like, oh, yeah, definitely there's something going on here. And certainly just talking with her, she was, obviously incredibly affected and very believable. I mean,
Mhm.
we knew there was something going on. We didn't fully understand what it was, but we understood that she needed to have help.
Right. Yeah, exactly. She was on the phone. You could tell that there was real fear and real worry and
Yeah.
a desire to, uh, you know, get it addressed quickly. So we
Mhm.
did, and we gathered a team, and I'll say that we specifically chose the members of the team because we have a growing team, the Remarkable Spirit, the Remarkable Spirit team. And now I think we're up to 7 people who have joined us on different cases, and we kind of rotate
Mhm.
people in and out based on the type of spirit we think we'll be encountering. And I actually talked about
Yeah.
this on another call with a friend, but I'll say it again that we're seeing it's really important to like who we're taking out on the cases based on what spirit they tune into and what frequency they're on, and that certain people are not right for the darker stuff. And so I said it, Melanie, who's worked with us on some cases, she's so open and can connect so
Yes,
incredibly high. Like she's way the heck up there, like frequencies you and I don't tune into at all. But because she's
right.
so
Yeah,
open, she's not a good one to have with us on the darker cases because we don't want any of that stuff
right.
kind of leaning over. And we were very focused on keeping, obviously, everybody who's with us very safe and protected and
Safe.
grounded.
Yeah. Well, and I think because also that she's a healer, she's
Mhm.
used to reaching, she's used to connecting in a way and kind of questioning and reaching in order to help heal people, and so that is it just intuitively she does that. She just like reaches out. And there's a lot of cases where you don't want to be reaching out like that.
Mhm.
And so because she's so open and because she's so inquisitive, um, in order to be a healer,
Mhm.
um, that's, we have to be really protective of the type of environment that we have her help with. And there are those that is so incredibly helpful for. But certainly this was not one of them. And we knew that actually from the phone call. We were like, no way. This isn't the right case for Melanie to work with us on.
Right. And so we
That
also
being said, having Tina was amazing.
right, that's what I was gonna say. So that was the second case that we worked with Tina on. Tina had worked on it, one of the apartment ones with us here in Gresham. And
Mhm.
that was the first one, that apartment out in Gresham. And we saw there because there was also a darker entity present that we had not expected at all.